being at a race circuit when it goes quiet.
Yeah.
But that's the awful moment. And if you're actually on the pit wall and it goes quiet and then you can't get hold of your driver because the confounded man won't answer you on the radio, you'll never know until the lap is up as to whether or not he's been involved in some way. But it's very, very nice to know that the Lallan is in one piece. I'm very happy about it.
And the big irony, of course, it was 1955, the big Le Mans accident was on the same day, on June the 11th. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people have picked that up now. And
it's only happened 4 times in Le Mans history when the races happened on this day: 55, 77, 88, and today.
Wow, look at that.
So we had a little moment of silence at 6:27 when the accident.
That was the moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so fortune, as you say, all's well that ends well for Alan. Not for Audi, of course. They've destroyed the number 3 car comprehensively and left 2 Audis to have to fight 3.5 or 4 Peugeots, however you like. I think we're going to have to give Oreca full Peugeot badging, aren't we? They won Sebring this year, so
for sure. I think that they are doing extremely well. They're not an amateur side, are they? They're a pretty competent set of peddlers. They know what they're doing. They have a very, very good car, an extremely good team, and some good drivers. So they will be there or thereabouts for sure.
Now, Hugh, something that must obviously interest you, because you were involved in the last World Sports Car Championship, is the fact that they're bringing back the title, almost World Endurance Championship for next year. Does this make you want to get involved again, or?
I don't think I actually need a World Championship to make me want to be involved again. What I need is a couple of pounds and a new motor car, and then I'd be involved. So yes, obviously it is, but at the moment I don't think anybody knows exactly what it means. I don't know whether anybody knows. Well, we don't know where the races are going to be, what the regulations will be definitively. Does it mean that privateers have to go to the Americas for 2 races and to Asia for 2 races, for example?
And of course, your driver's not really getting recognition because it's a teams and manufacturers title. Yeah.
So there are
Drivers' Championship in the prototype categories. World Championship. Just interrupt for a moment because we're just about to have a change for second position as Anthony Davison is defending heavily from Romain Dumas, who we're watching on board. Slightly blacker clouds overhead. It's not as bad as that when we look out of the commentary box window. Coming back to the end of the lap, they've just gone round the BMW M3. But Romain Dumas has been cracking off the laps recently. Davidson's just come out of the pits, and we've said before, it takes that Peugeot just a little time to get up to speed. And the flat-nosed Audi closing in on the needle-nosed Peugeot. My goodness, they are very, very different on the front as the Pro Speed car gets the leaders blowing by them. And now we've got some traffic ahead of them as well. Just, of course, as it starts to look interesting, we've got the internecine battle between the 8 and 9 with Simon Pagenaud and Stefan Sarazan absolutely together coming through the traffic. The IMSA Performance Porsche and the GMB Ferrari, which we saw at the side of the road recently, so that car started moving again. This is the battle for 4th and 5th overall, but is obviously team battling. Well, Davison seems to have just about held
seriously. Peugeot number 7 with Alexander Wurz behind has closed up, and the reason? Wurz did a 3:31.5 to the 3:35.1 of Bernhardt last time round. Leader did a 3:30.9, so Wurz 1.5 seconds slower than the leader, but 4 seconds quicker than the second placed Audi. That can't be right.
Well, that's what I said, you know, because the previous lap he'd come past 4 seconds ahead, and all of a sudden he was overtaking on the Mulsanne straight, so clearly something, either traffic or something got in the way of Timo Bernhard in car number 1, now back into second place. And on board with him right now as he comes down into Arnage. On lap 32 for the leading Audis.
Bernhard has also had a slow second sector and first sector on this lap as well. So.
And there is the best place of the Peugeots, that car there. On board him now, Alex Wurz directly ahead of him. Going into the Porsche curves is Timo Bernhard in that number 1 Audi R18.
This is a fascinating number of turns, isn't it? It's just 5 turns, breathtaking turns, one after the other before you're spat out and just the short chute before the Ford chicane.
It is epically fast as well, and the diesel, particularly the Audi. We were down there a couple of days ago watching free practice, Jeremy and I. and the cars, the Audis are now so quiet that all you can hear is windrush and tyre. Really quite remarkable. It's almost like a road car squealing its time. Not as much squeal, because obviously there's a lot more grip from the tyres, but to actually hear a racing car's tyres in this day and age is quite something. Flashing by the pit lane up to the Dunlop corner, and this is the battle for second place. See a little puff of exhaust smoke on the downshift.
He seems to be struggling there, Bernhard, because Wirtz has kept with him.
Yeah, he's caught right up to him, hasn't he? He was about almost 6 seconds behind 4 laps ago when he came out of the pits. That's Alex Wirtz.
That's right. Yeah.
He's made up then 6 seconds in just 4 laps.
And he's dropped 5 seconds to Trio.
And it looks like Sébastien Bourdais in 4th place in the other Peugeot is really flying as well. He's just done a best first sector of the race for that car, and a 3:33 last time round. Again, that's not quite as quick as Wirtz, but Bourdais really starting to pick up the pace, and this is for second place. You saw the 2 red lights on the side of the Audi, and he again does not contest it. He's got something wrong with that car. Audi have 1 car down and out. They have got a second car, it would seem, in trouble on pace, because he's actually almost being held by Christophe Tanso in that petrol engine Pescarolo, which is the car behind him. They've just blown by Tanso, but he's not getting away that quickly.
Clever by Bernhard there when he passed the GT car, or the prototype. He pulled back in again and left Wirtz with no one in front, thereby breaking his toe. But Wirtz got past nonetheless.
Well, make life difficult, don't make life easy. 74 is on pit road. That is our GT class leader, Ollie Gavin, in the 74 car. So he's in for service. So too is the Lavra competition Corvette, as we ride on board with Audi number 1. This is our now 3rd place car. The question is, will he be able to stay with the Peugeot? I think we can safely assume that there is nothing wrong with Timo Bernhard. Let's get down to the pit lane.
Checo, we are more